Over the past few days since we got the trailer for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, there's been this huge debate of whether Charles Martinet is still voicing Mario in the game. A world in which he doesn't is a terrifying prospect, so naturally I looked into this further to determine what on earth is going on. To the average person, this sounds like Mario. It's not drastically off like the new Kermit voice or something, but when you listen closely, it's like you can't hear the soul of Charles Martinet as you usually would.
So thank you very much, and thank you very much for playing my games. Woohoo!
Like that hint of his real voice and the inflections that come through. The default Twitter argument against this is, y'all, Charles Martinet is still voicing Mario. The only reason he sounds off is because Nintendo been recycling the same Mario voice clips since like 2014. First of all, you don't know that. Nobody does for certain, and secondly, that's just not true. Super Mario Odyssey, Luigi's Mansion 3, and the Super Mario Bros. Movie all feature recent performances from Charles, and he sounds unmistakably like Mario in every one.
Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo!
What I don't understand is that people are using the "he's aged" argument for what we hear in Wonder, when this in fact sounds much higher pitched, like an imitation of the original voice from 64. As opposed to what we've heard from Martinet recently, being naturally lower with a bit more gravel.
Come on! Ha! Oh yeah! Ha ha! Come on!
So this is how some people have come to the conclusion that it's someone younger voicing Mario and not Charles Martinet. But Twitter hit back at this. Quote, "People need to calm down. Even Nintendo, as shitty as they are, wouldn't change Mario's voice actor without a proper announcement. I'm sorry, but they absolutely would. I'm not saying this is what's happened, but when that day inevitably comes, don't necessarily expect a formal announcement." To put it bluntly, Nintendo knows that this would upset fans and, more significantly, harm sales. Certainly after that whole Bayonetta situation, so it would not be in their best interests to make a big deal out of it. The same could be observed with Kermit the Frog and Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, where they just start phasing in the replacement voice actor and you're not supposed to notice. That's kind of the point. If anything, I could see an announcement sometime after the game's launch. I mean, they've shown the level of respect they have for Martinet by having him feature in the movie, but to reveal such harrowing news alongside the new game would kill the mood, to say the least. As I said, that's just the worst case scenario, which hopefully isn't the case, but another possibility is that Martinet is deliberately pushing the voice higher than usual in accordance with the new creative direction of Super Mario Bros. Wonder, or Nintendo have digitally augmented the voice in some way for the same reason. But either way, people aren't imagining things, and this is indeed a departure from the usual Mario voice. What supports this is that we hear Yoshi in the trailer, and he ain't sounding normal either. Once again, being seemingly higher pitched. But what tips the argument the other way is that in the same direct, a new Wario game was revealed, and guess what? He doesn't sound like Charles Martinet.
Excellent! Excellent!
In fact, so much so that people are saying this is categorically not him, and I can't help but feel the same. Wario's voice is the closest to Charles's own, making the change much more noticeable. But this is a huge deal. Martinet has consistently voiced these characters for nigh on 30 years. It's not like he dipped in and out of certain games. So if Wario is not voiced by him, that's a huge red flag. A Twitter thread by user Genesis Jam goes on to say how he studied Charles's voice for years to replicate it, and upon hearing the new footage, can't hear any of his cadence, meaning the rhythm of his speech, or inflections, meaning the varying pitch at which the dialogue is spoken. Another user agrees, pointing out that the wonderful line almost sounds like it's spoken in a Celtic accent. I do agree that this is the strangest sounding line of them all. But this is worrying because these people seem to know their stuff, and I'd be interested to hear the opinions of any other voice actors out there. Only a few days after this, Charles attended the Too Many Games convention to meet fans. Business as usual, here he can be seen enjoying some guacamole. I was hoping to hear some reassurance that he was still the voice of Mario, but when fans asked this, he couldn't answer, allegedly being under an NDA, which is just bizarre, as besides Chris Pratt in the movie, Charles has always been the voice of Mario in the games, so this is even more concerning. Another fan asked last year if he would still be voicing Mario after Chris Pratt, and he gave an odd answer of, as of right now, he is, which is once again a kind of non-answer. Others pointed out that the circumstances are similar to the Bayonetta voice actress, who was under an NDA despite no longer voicing the character, and of course Disney tried to silence Kermit's performer with the same tactic. Basically, the more I've looked into this, the more it's not looking good. So could Charles's cameo in the movie be a bookend to his time as Mario? Well, it makes little sense considering his continued love for the character, and we always assumed he'd go on for as long as he could.
For me to go, it's a me, Mario, woohoo, or here we go, you number one, yippee! To do that and to see people's face smile, it's so easy for me, and it's fun for me, and it can never get old because I will love doing this until I'm 147. I hope I get there.
But maybe the movie opened the door to more than one person playing Mario, which I really hope isn't the case, but bear in mind that at this point, nobody knows the answers for certain. People online are swearing down it isn't him, and others are swearing it is. So it's a tricky situation, but either way, Super Mario Bros. Wonder feels like a completely new chapter for Mario, so we can only hope that it lives up to what went before. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.